Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about Yellowstone's latest donation that has taken them over the $1 million mark with the National Parks Department. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Tim Swyatt, Lenny Eckstein, and Ryan Thompson.
Hey, gang, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Hey. Hello. First of all, congratulations to Yellowstone and the team there. That's amazing. Over $1 million donated. That is pretty darn cool. Love that. And it's for the benefit for all of us. The parks belong to all of us, so it's kind of cool that they do that. And we'll talk about that after the break. For right now, though, Lenny said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
Yeah, I got something I was thinking about yesterday, and it's kind of a two-part question I'll run by you guys. So at Deer Hammer, we have this whiskey and oyster fest every year.
Okay,
and
sounds cool.
It's pretty awesome. It's a good time because, like, we get oysters brought in by our purveyor, all sorts from different regions around the country, and it's kind of a treat in our area because it's not that common. So people come out, and it's a fun pairing with whiskey. But also, I would argue that it might be one of the most loved by some and hated by at least as many, if not more.
Yes.
Very divisive food, if you want to call it a food. I do. But kind of the two parts would be, if there's a food that you particularly like that most people have no patience for, be it ice cream cones, whatever, what would that food item be? And is there anything you particularly hate that most people find, to be amazing, but you can't figure it out?
Okay.
Oh, like this one.
Yeah.
I've got one that comes to mind that I like, that a lot of people like, but it is very divisive, such as oysters, and that is truffles. I love truffles,
really?
But a lot of people don't like truffles at all. So
too strong, too strong.
But, put truffles on anything for me, and I'm a fan. So
okay,
good call. That's a good one.
Lenny, I 100% agree. You just heard me, saying how great that of an idea that is. Now, I don't like oysters, but I know an idea for a good festival because I do know that people love them. It is unique for the area. It sounds like a hell of an idea. It would be something I'd even be interested in doing if I was in Lenny's spot. I owned his distillery. I'd be like, that's a cool idea. I'd do that. I don't have, not everything has to appeal to everybody. I think that's what makes a great festival, and sounds like something very unique and cool, especially the different styles that you're getting and stuff like that. Sounds really cool to me. I don't know that I have anything that I love that most people hate. Maybe the St. Louis style pizza. Maybe that would be it, I guess. Most people do hate that. So yes, but I guess if I was in a different city, to have like a St. Louis style pizza event would be something different, and people could try it for the first time. And but I do know, tasting people blind on it, your success rate is less than 25%. So it's not.
What is that, Akeley?
There's a cheese that they have here called Provel. So that's
it's fake. It's plastic.
It's not plastic. It's
Comes
not
out of a
fake. It's
can.
real cheese. It does not come out of a can. It is made in Wisconsin. So,
Your point, Akeley.
yeah. So it's really great stuff, but it feels like you have to be here to like it. I think most people who were born in St. Louis love it. And then, like I said, less than 25%. There are some people that come in and try and be like, this is really good. But for the most part, that's not the answer. Most people don't like it who try it.
The cheese is good in its like natural solid state, but once it's melted, it's not good.
She ate it. She was happy as can be. She had a salad. She's like, this salad is so good. What's the secret? I'm like, oh, Provel. And then she got angry, and then it melts.
Sure that's not how the conversation went.
Totally how it went. It melts to liquid though. So most cheeses don't melt to liquid. They'll get hot, and so a Provel cheese will actually melt all the way down to liquid, which is like flaming, like lava at that point. So, and some people will say it's like plastic, but do you eat American cheese?
Me?
Justine? Yeah. Do you eat American cheese? Exact same type of thing. Exact. You like plastic cheese then, so you should like Provel, I guess, because the concept of that would be very similar, I would think. So, yeah.
Like Kraft singles, Akeley? Kraft singles?
Like Kraft singles, yeah. Like that's what American cheese
But
is.
I don't eat it. I don't eat American cheese. Like I only eat it in
pizza.
grilled cheese.
In what?
Not on pizza.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
Like,
Well, yeah, that'll melt it though.
Only are good in a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, that's
Not on its own. Not
Take a
just
truffle
out of
grilled
the
cheese. How about that, Justine?
Well, I'm not saying you should eat
Sounds amazing.
Provel on its own either. I think it should be on pizza or in a salad or something. I wouldn't encourage you to take a bite out of a piece of Provel. But that's just me.
I've never had truffles, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, it would be definitely.
What about like truffle Parmesan fries?
Yeah,
too
I guess I
pungent
had
for me.
those.
You like that flavor at least.
Yeah. That may or may not have been real truffles, but you don't have to have real truffles to get the flavoring, but on the fries and that. But yeah, the real ones, it's very pungent, I'd say. So yeah, again, people love it, so they love it or hate it. Like Ryan loves it, so no. Justine, what's something that you like that most people don't like?
I don't know that exists because
Detroit style pizza. Detroit style pizza.
Tim likes Detroit style pizza.
Darren. When you're Darren is your example of you're in trouble.
I want to reconsider.
You might want to reconsider your whole life choices at that point. So
yeah, I mean, I eat pretty basic like a 5-year-old, so I don't really think that there's much that I eat that other people wouldn't like. I don't, however, like oysters or any seafood for that matter. I'd still go to the festival and drink the whiskey, but
right.
I wouldn't eat the oysters.
It doesn't make you judge whether it's a good festival idea or not.
Yeah.
It's a very cool idea. I can't imagine. The problem I think you have to get in so many, because I see people like a Rick Brenner back in the day. Rick Brenner would go get oysters. He'd get as an appetizer 36 oysters. I mean, how many oysters are people eating at this thing? And there's people
we had a guy like
dozen.
that.
Yeah.
There was a guy sitting not too far. I sat out on our patio for a while. There was a guy maybe 10 feet from me, and I was astounded how many he went through. At least 36.
Right. Yeah.
It was phenomenal. And you know what? We work with a company that specializes it, and they did it last year for their first year, and they were the same amount, and they sold out like right as we were kind of hoping they would, like timing wise. So it's just a guess, really. Like, yeah, I mean, somebody could show up and for sure, or a few people could, tank it. But
Joey Chestnut comes walking in.
Yeah, exactly.
Penny, is it all you can eat, or is it by the oyster? What is it? How do you charge?
I think it was like $4 an oyster, but if you got like 12, it was less than 4. They kind of price broken out. Yeah, so I would order like a dozen at a time, and it was I would like order a dozen, and like we were supporting this company, so I paid for them, but then they'd hook us up with like another 12 after that. They like give Amy 12 and I'd eat 6 of them. So it went on pretty well. I'm a big fan of them, but I mean, I guess while I'm talking about what I eat, oysters, obviously that's one, but something pretty parallel to oysters that I think most people are disgusted by or aren't even familiar with it. Now, a lot of people have had fried clams, like the fried clam strips that come frozen, and they're kind of chewy, and they're good and all. But in areas that have clams readily, they will fry the entire clam, like the whole body of it.
Yeah.
And it's mushy. It can be a little muddy sometimes, but they're fucking phenomenal. Most people are repulsed by them. When I go check on when I go to Maine, I stop at Steve. You've been there, Ken's, and get a bucket of clam, or it's like a big cup of clams. Yeah. I used to go for the big size, and they don't give them away. It's like $40 for a big cup of clams.
Damn.
But it's all I can eat. And one day I went in there, and while I do love them, I was sitting at the bar and I'm drinking a beer and eating the clams. And I got like most of the way down. I forgot I was on the phone to somebody, and I had to get off the phone and run out. I was sure I was going to hurl everywhere.
Really?
Like it hit my stomach wrong. I don't know if I got a bad clam. Just way too many.
I got a bad clam.
Yeah, bad clam's a problem. You know.
Yeah.
Sounds like
a fried whole belly.
Yeah, fried whole belly. Okay. Yeah, clams I can get through. I don't like oysters at all. Clams I can kind of get through. I don't like, but I will eat them. But every once in a while you get like sand in there too. That's another thing. I don't like biting into something and then tasting or
little gritty.
Yeah. It's a little gritty. Yeah, it's a little gritty.
Well, that means they didn't do it right. You got to let them sit 24 hours in. I think it's a salt solution,
brine
and they
or something.
all the sand.
They expel
and then
the sand.
They filter themselves out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Low quality clams you must have had.
I got some low quality clams, man. So, yeah. How about you, Wyatt?
Yeah, truffles. That's a polarized one. I'm also a truffle fan.
Okay.
But on the sushi side, I
would
say any of the raw fish stuff, it can be people like, oh my god,
that's divisive. Sushi by nature is divisive, I would say.
Correct. So anything you go from any of the seafood that you're eating raw, I think is where people just get freaked out. So I will eat oysters. I wouldn't before, and I've had somebody open my eyes to a lot of things on that stuff. Traveling for work and having the budget to be able to do that allowed you to try some new things outside of chicken fingers and Caesar salads.
Right.
And instead of Justine's and McNew's diet every day. Dino fries and dino nuggets. But
people seem pretty okay with
yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, people seem to be okay with mostly raw beef, though.
Yeah,
but
that's what I don't understand.
Fish is like
it depends on how old they are. Like my mom freaks out. She my mom won't come over for me barbecuing or anything. She's worried I'm going to make something that is like a medium or a medium well when she wants it well. Even though she'll tell you she doesn't like well done. That you look at anything. I grew up with this one. Sandy Akeley and Larry Akeley made all my stuff when I was a kid, and I hated barbecue, and I never knew why. But then when I got out, I realized they just cook the fucking piss out of everything, and it's so dry and terrible.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's how I grew up.
Yeah. Okay, that's
how I grew up.
I hated barbecue, and
that's why I don't eat meat.
Yeah, well, I was anti-barbecue until I started on my own. I mean, yeah, and then I was like, okay, now I can actually make something that tastes good. But yeah. So
how do y'all feel about caviar?
That's a great call. Yeah. It's weird.
I'll eat it. I don't often get an opportunity to eat it necessarily, but I'll eat it.
Says
Justine, that's a good. So I was just talking to my sister, and she lives out in the Bay Area, and she brought that up, and she was saying that like her friends all are all about it, like all these like obscure styles, and they'll break it out during a party, and and I was saying, I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know anybody who does that, and she was like, I don't know, maybe it's just like my friend circle. I'm all good on that. Like I'm not interested in
cracker or toast. That does. Matter too as well.
No.
But yeah, the different style of caviar, this, that, and the other, and what you're using.
Okay.
Watched some reality show, and the girl was eating caviar with like potato chips, just like plain potato chips.
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
I just
for sure for reality TV.
It's a good potato substrate. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a
potato substrate
Doritos and
caviar.
Yeah, Doritos and A1, like someone else we know.
Well, we were speaking to, a while back about, would any of us indulge in a $300 pour of a 50-year-old bourbon? My thought on that, not to bring up old news, but If I might, if I first walk in, I'm going to get some sticker shock. But if I had a few drinks, I might warm up to it. And I think that's the case with a lot of weird food as well.
Sure.
Couple drinks, I'm like, fuck it, pass that to me. Like, I'll give it a go.
Right.
And it could be caviar, it could be barbecue, it could be, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But caviar,
not my thing. Not my thing. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to eat. What is everyone? It's time to eat.
Caviar.
All this talk. It's time to drink. It's time to eat. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Tim. Tim, what do you got there?
I got a bottle of Old 55. This is the single barrel, 100% sweet corn.
Oh, nice.
Let's get this right. Give a good college try.
Swat
on the set.
What the hell is this about? He changes his microphone. He swings and misses. Then he finally takes the cork out, and you can't even hear it.
No,
it was all performance
too
issues.
much truffle oil on his fingers.
I got truffle oils, and I got caviar stuck in my teeth. That's a problem.
Okay. Justine's ready to go. You're next. What do you got?
I have a bottle of Yellowstone. This is a store pick from Novi Party Store.
Okay. That was bad form, striking of the table and sloshing, and but
I'm not even near a table. This is the arm of my chair.
She hit the chair. Then I know what I heard, right, Tim? I heard what I heard.
Oh, you heard it.
Yeah,
whatever.
You heard it.
Yeah. The protest is that things are a further point. The judges just took off a further point for protest.
Justine, this is two times in a row you almost gave yourself a black eye anyways. So
I know.
I'm happy you're safe.
She's got to work on that form.
Ryan cares about me.
I'm happy you're safe.
Yeah. Ryan, you're next. What do you got there, man?
I don't know if I got this at your shop or not. Anita's Choice?
No.
Does that ring? I don't know where I got this from, but it's Bottle Kill. I don't know. Let's see. Anita's Choice. Actually made from a burnt church there.
Made from a burnt church. What's your mash bill?
Burnt Church Distillery in South Carolina. Burnt Church Distillery.
Okay. All right.
3, 2, 1. Oh, it's a glass top.
Oh, those are the worst.
It's open. You can't even hear it.
Impossible to get out. All right.
I thought mine was bad.
Justine is clinging to a lead. Lenny, you're next.
Yeah. So I've got I don't like to show my own too often, but this one, it's a Deer Hammer single barrel that we dropped for the Whiskey and Oyster Fest yesterday. And this one is it's a 6-year bottle at 55% ABV, finished in an ex-brandy barrel. So it spent a year in brandy. And Steve, I'm going to send you this one for Amy's collection.
Okay.
Don't touch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, I know. Okay. All right. Well,
Lenny trying to hush the crowd.
Yeah. Did you see him? I'm going to say Lenny has the lead. There were no fouls there.
There was no fouls. No, Lenny
had so many fouls from style to arguing with the judge.
To attitude.
Yeah, attitude. She got a red card. I mean, you don't see the
red card.
You got a red card on the Bourbon Daily. So I've got Yellowstone too. This is an old Total Wine Pitch. This is one Jim and I did forever ago. This was back in 2020. Awesome. So let's see what we got here. No, not enough.
Unless it was audible.
Yeah, it was barely audible. It was audible, but barely. So Lenny, you win, man. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Yellowstone and the fact that they've now topped $1 million in donations to the National Parks Department. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Hi, this is Rick Brenner, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Shouldn't it be the legend?
Maybe.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are talking about Yellowstone donating over $1 million.
Yes, we are. So it goes to the National Parks Department, earmarked, I guess I should say, for Yellowstone National Park, which is, of course, their namesake. And it was named after the park. I guess there was their traveling salesman way back. And again, this is a brand that is, well over 100 years old. And when the park opened, a traveling salesman for this whiskey company came back to Kentucky and said, "Hey, we really need to name something. They've got something special here at this Yellowstone Park. We should name a bourbon after it." And they did, to their credit. And here we are 100 plus years later. And the brand is still in business, even though there's a whole contingent of people that think that the brand was started after the Yellowstone TV series. I mean, there's a lot of people. We've had people come in the shop. I want to get that brand that came from that TV show. We're like, it came from before the TV show.
Boy, didn't that give him a boost, though, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Steve Beam.
He went on that. Remember that? It was like, that was one of his pitches. Like, you know what? You never know when you do something until you put Costner on a saddle and a horse with a whiskey bottle, and everybody thinks it's Yellowstone.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Sold more bottles.
What if it was a 10th Mountain Division show? That'd be phenomenal.
Seriously, Lenny.
Awesome.
Totally.
Yeah, that could happen to you one day.
Yeah.
Or
it's
if
been talked about out there. Totally.
Oh, really? It could. Yeah. So it could happen for you. You never know. Or if there's ever like a serial killer movie about a deer with a hammer killing people.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Cash
It
in
would
on
be a
that.
Christmas movie for sure.
I'd watch it.
You know, what's the rights on Rudolph? It's a horror movie or something like that.
Right.
Now, you know? Winnie the Pooh's a horror movie.
Wait till
Mickey Mouse is a horror movie.
slips into public domain. We can do with it what we want then. So yeah. So I don't know. I think this is a huge thing, and I know that they're expanding out and doing some other charities now as well, which is interesting. It's good to see, and it's a great brand, right? I mean, Yellowstone makes really good.
Did all the donations come from sales of Yellowstone bottles?
Yes.
Yeah. That's so impressive, man. That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
it really is. And also, it would be cool. Let's say they just donated to national parks in general, and it wasn't earmarked for Yellowstone. But like Yellowstone is. I mean, there's no best national park, but fuck, it's phenomenal. And
it really is.
I think that is really cool to. Like you could preserve the prairie lands or something. That's great, but Yellowstone is epic, and I think that's a badass thing they're doing.
Think about the whole special release with the different features of Yellowstone on bottles that they did a few years ago.
Yeah,
you think about all the iconic. Yosemite's got a lot of that too as well. They've got
Yosemite's
falls, Half Dome, this, that, and the other. But Yellowstone is just, to your point, Lenny. It's just so majestic, so robust. There's so much there.
If you haven't been to Yellowstone and you go, it has the feel like this is what Walt Disney would have designed, because there's all these natural things where, you look at these, just you'll be walking down a path and there's pools of water and they'll be telling you about this. Some are boiling, some are freezing, some are acid. I mean, it's this weird thing.
Some has foot in there or a shoe. You never know.
People lose stuff. They die in these things. But then you go to another, I just think about the natural phenomenons there. You go by this cave and it's blown up puffs of smoke. It looks like there's a dragon in there. It's called like the Dragon Cave. It feels very Disney-esque. But it's just natural stuff that happens. I mean, Old Faithful, unbelievable. The fact that every 15 minutes or so you can watch this geyser just go up in the air and just take a seat and watch it, and then 15 minutes later it's going to happen again. It's so cool. It's so cool. One of the craziest things I went to, there's this area where all the steam comes out, and when I was there, I remember that steam would hit you. It might, because it's going in these waves and it's almost creating its own biosphere, but you might be hitting where the hot steam is hitting you kind of across the shoulders and the head, and then across your legs, there's what's going by is very cold, and it's like, oh, that's chill, and it's hitting you at the same time. It's this weird, crazy stuff. I mean, it's just the coolest place.
Steve, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That is, that, like, you brought up, just as an interesting comparison, like Disney World, which I'm not necessarily a fan of, but
right,
people
it's
go and have
manufactured
like their but they have like their, not cheat codes, but like sneak ways to like experience it in the best way possible.
Right.
And I mean, I've been to Yellowstone 3 times. I'm not that many, but like over those times, I found these little ways to really experience it amazingly well. One is certainly bringing my own bottle of bourbon with me and sipping that along the way. But, you brought up Old Faithful. And the first time I saw that, pretty impressive. A lot of people. But there's this really cool way to see it where you can go into the lodge, you can go upstairs, you can get a beer, and you can just sit there and lounge back and watch the guys right in front of you. There's so many cool ways to experience that place that, you just got to do a little digging and you find just the most amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm stoked that those guys have supported to the extent that they have.
And the funny thing is, going back to the Disney analogy, and I saw it myself. There's like a buffalo. He's sitting by like an outhouse, and people are walking up and petting the goddamn thing. This is not Disney. This is not animatronic. If that thing decides it's pissed off, it can outrun you. It can kill you. It can stomp on you. It can horn you. I mean, get away from that goddamn thing.
I'm pretty sure that's how I'm going to die.
I don't think that'd be a good way to go.
No. Sheer terror followed by extreme pain, and then you're dead. There you go.
I had a grad school friend of mine who retired he was running security for UPS distribution center, so he had a pretty high profile job. And he was also a sniper for the Marine Corps. So he ended up getting a retirement gig he worked his way up to the game warden of Yellowstone National Park.
Oh, wow.
What you want to talk about a job, and the stories from him, Ranger Jack. He passed away recently. He passed away about a couple of years ago. Never got a chance to go out there and visit him before he passed and when he was in the job. But the boneyard that they have there where they're trying to clean up the carcasses and this, that, and the other, there's a whole host of stuff that's behind the scenes that those park rangers are managing. So you still have that Disney-like atmosphere without the raw viciousness of nature that goes on around you in that park. There's nothing stopping it.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
Yeah. So crazy stuff. Again, hats off to the team over at Limestone Branch, Yellowstone. To Steve Beam, we'll call him out, Stephen Fonte, the great work that they're doing to keep the stuff out there and raising more money. Very cool stuff.
Have any of you
making cocktails?
Have any of you got the hand painted bottle yet?
Yes. I've got. Hold on. I got it.
Uh-oh. Bottle down. Yeah, I want one of those.
Wow, that's cool as hell. No kidding.
You can see the letters stand out, so they're painted on the top.
That's nice.
It is so cool.
That's incredible.
It's the greatest bottle ever. So
wow,
really cool stuff, and it's cheap. That's like a $75 bottle. So good stuff. Well, there you go. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Let's see, Tim. We'll start with you.
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112, YouTube at our flagship whiskey, and at rushcreekdistilling.com's tasting and experience page. You want to save your parks? Drink Yellowstone.
All right. Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer, on the webs at deerhammer.com, and you come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
All right, Ryan.
Across all socials at 10th MTN Whiskey, and our website's 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th, whiskey with an E.
All right, Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley across all social media. ABVnetwork.com, that's where our content is. ABVBarrelShop.com is where you can find out information about what's going on at the Barrel Shop. And last but not least, check out Bourbon Sasquatch on YouTube. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
See you
See you guys.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.